Hey guys, this is Brian with the YouTube channel High Impact Flicks. You know, my 10th grade biology teacher, Mr. Myatt, always said you can make changes which bring progress, or you can make excuses, but you can't do both. Today we're going to look at some people who've made some serious changes that I would not necessarily equate with progress. So strap in, sign the waiver, stop eating, and maybe grab a barf bag, because we're going to look at some insanely crazy and disturbing things people have done to their own faces and bodies.
Synthol. In their pursuit to get big at all costs, some bodybuilders inject site enhancement oil, commonly known as synthol, directly into muscle tissue to mimic the appearance of developed muscle where it may otherwise be disproportionate or lagging. Known as fluffing, injecting synthol carries with it many adverse health side effects, like pulmonary embolisms, nerve damage, infections, and stroke. But a cool side benefit does include the ability to serve as a human life raft at the community pool. Facial tattoos. Nothing says, "Please don't hire me," more effectively than a well-planned facial tattoo. That is, unless you're applying at a traveling circus. Apparently, some people have decided that life just isn't difficult enough, or they happen to be people who are independently wealthy enough that they can transform their faces however they want, because hey, due to their vast fortunes and resources, they'll never have to work again for the rest of their lives. Neck stretching. Giraffes shouldn't be allowed to have all the fun. For some women in Burma, the custom of wearing neck rings is related to a perceived ideal of beauty, that is, an elongated neck. Neck rings actually push the collarbone and ribs down. The neck stretching is mostly illusory. The weight of the rings twists and squeezes the collarbone and eventually the upper ribs at an angle 45 degrees lower than what is natural, causing the illusion of an elongated neck. The vertebrae don't always elongate, though the space between them may increase as the invertebral discs absorb liquid. Foot binding. Foot binding is the custom of applying painfully tight binding to the feet of young girls to prevent further growth. The practice possibly originated among upper-class court dancers in the 10th or 11th centuries during the 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms period in Imperial China, but spread in the Song Dynasty and eventually became common among all but the lowest classes. Foot binding became popular as a means of displaying status. Women from wealthy families who didn't need their feet to work could afford to have them bound. So it was correspondingly adopted as a symbol of beauty in Chinese culture. Man, if this is a symbol of beauty and wealth, then sign me up for the Po' Boy special and throw me in the back of the ugly bus. Tongue splitting. Want to enhance your finger-licking good experience next time you go to KFC? Then get your tongue split and show off your new ability to lick multiple fingers at the same time. Tongue bifurcation, splitting, or forking is a type of body modification in which the tongue is cut centrally from its tip to as far back as the underside base, forking the end. In the late 1990s, tongue splitting was almost unheard of, but is now considered a common alteration among body modification enthusiasts. Now, if you're allergic to sex, and you want to be shunned or gawked at by most of society, except for that one ghoulish day out of the year where looking like a freak is welcomed by the masses, then permanently transforming your face to look like your favorite animal could be just the ticket. Take lizard man Eric Sprague, whose body mods include his sharpened teeth, full body tattoo of green scales, bifurcated tongue, subdermal implants, and recently green ink lips. Or take 54-year-old Dennis Avner from Nevada, who underwent a series of radical body modification procedures to make himself look like a female cat. Avner's operations included bifurcation or splitting of his upper lip, surgical pointing of the ears, silicone cheek and forehead implants, tooth filing, tattoos, and facial piercing. As a side note, Avner was found dead back in 2012 of an apparent suicide. Corset piercing. Although corsetry has a long history, Corset piercing is of contemporary origin, coming into practice with the establishment of the body piercing industry in the late 1990s. Like corsetry, it's associated with erotic behavior and aesthetics, particularly fetish aesthetics. Also paralleling corsets, most wearers of corset piercings are women. Ear pointing, also called elf ears or elfing or Spock ears from the famous Star Trek character, is a cosmetic surgery that's done for a variety of reasons. People who choose the surgery are typically correcting a birth defect, or they're reforming the ears for cosmetic reasons. The practice has become a trendy form of body modification. It's either performed by licensed body modifiers or by plastic surgeons with surgical fees of $2,500 to $7,000. Seems like a steep price to pay just so you can convincingly tell somebody to live long and prosper. Maybe people who do this are a couple dilithium crystals short of full power. Subdermal implants. A subdermal implant refers to a body modification that's placed underneath the skin, therefore allowing the body to heal over the implant and creating a raised or three-dimensional design intended to enhance certain tattoos. These implants fall under the broad category of body modification. Many subdermal implants are made out of silicone, either carved or mold injected. Many people who have these implants use them in conjunction with other types of body modification to create a desired dramatic effect. This process is also known as 3D implant or pocketing. Remember when your mom would tell you to chew with your mouth closed and commented,
Nobody wants to see the food in your mouth.
well, with a mouth window, you can obey your mom and still show people that masticated mess between your chompers all at the same time. Also called a lip or cheek window, this modification allows those who see your face to take a good look at your teeth, tongue, and gums without opening your mouth. Eye tattoos. Believe it or not, corneal tattooing has been practiced for almost 2,000 years. First mentioned in history by Galen, a 2nd century physician. Methods of corneal tattooing have at times been practiced often and other times faded into obscurity. But overall, the methods have evolved throughout history. Ear and lip stretching. Stretching in the context of body piercing is the deliberate expansion of a healed piercing for the purpose of wearing certain types of jewelry. Ear piercings are the most commonly stretched piercings, with nasal septum piercings, tongue piercings, and lip piercings, or lip plates, following close behind. And before we go, here are a couple pictures of folks who decided not to hold the pickles or the lettuce. They opted for the works. Like visiting the local all-you-can-eat buffet, these people sampled a little bit of every kind of body modification you can imagine, and the effects are dramatic. What is it they say about first impressions?
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please give that like button a click and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to see more videos like this, just give that big red subscribe button a click, and every time I upload a video, you'll be one of the first to see it. Thank you again so much for watching my video. Thanks for watching all of my videos. If you want to see another one like this, just click one of these links right here and it'll take you right to a new window. You guys have a great day, and remember, in life, there are no elevators to success, so you're gonna have to take the stairs.